So today's morning movement and meditation is, we're on the, I can't remember, third niyama in our yamas and niyamas series. And today's niyama is tapas. Tapas means basically self-discipline, or building up the heat and the fire, both in the body and staying with the struggle until we find the blessing. So that's what we get to do today. I won't make it too challenging though, but thinking in terms of yoga, oftentimes it's like holding a pose you don't really like, but you know is good for you, and you end up getting stronger. So that's what tapas is here for, is to teach us our self-discipline. So we will keep that in mind as we move throughout our morning movement. We start standing. And we start with our 10-minute little stretch, go to some sun salutations and meditation, sectioned out into 10 minutes each about. So turn those toes out, heels in, bend the knees, get soft, get kind of bouncy in the body. And we're looking to wake up a little bit here. So deeper breaths, taking those hands down by the thighs, then draw that breath in as you lift the hands up to the shoulders. The exhale takes the hands down. So we're floating the hands up and down, very gentle, connected with a slow breath in and out through the nose. And just stay with that breath. Use this breath to check in every so often in your poses, in your day-to-day activities. And notice if you can slow it down a little more to allow your mind and body to be calm and ready for whatever is coming next. Take one more nice, solid, deep breath. Hands up, hands down. Good, and then shake the chin down to the chest, and a simple rock side to side with the head, the neck, stretching the neck out. Now full rotations, that feels okay. Make sure the shoulders are soft, down, away from the ears. And then bring the head back up to the center. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls just to get into some movement through the upper back. Up, forward, down, around, and shoulder rolls to the front. Nice shrug and release. We get into our arm rotation. So we make fists with the hands. Take those arms up and around. The first one might be kind of slow. And then we get a little faster. And then switch directions. And slowly bringing those hands down, arms stop rotating. We'll go to twisting through the waist just to get our core and midsection ready to go. So we take the hands just off the hips, elbows and shoulders forward. Forward and back and forth. Stay bent in the knees, hips stay stationary. So another form of self-discipline, of course, is coming to your mat every day, or doing those activities that you know are good for you, even in times where you don't want to. So you show up regardless of your emotional states, even if it's just for 5 minutes, but you show up. So showing up is also a practice, it's a discipline, and is simple but not always easy. So taking the steps to make, those little decisions, one little decision every day to move you in that positive direction of change. So releasing the twists, we're going to do our little Tibetan body pounding or little taps on the lower back and just above the chest to give ourselves some vibrations, cleansing vibrations. And then lower or release those hands, just come back to a neutral position. I'm going to bend the knees a little bit more, turn the toes out slightly, bring the hands over to the right side. As you inhale, sweep the hands across to the side. Exhale, press away towards the left. Just a gentle press. We'll do that again. Inhale, around, exhale, gentle press. So sometimes called tiger whirlwinds, where you're just active and fierce enough, but it's also soft. Now get a little stronger with that exhale. Really press and feel everything engage. Do that again. Soft, around. Exhale, press. Two more. Exhale, strong press to the side. Feel that core engage. One more time. And coming into a side lunge with open arms, side lunge. You can even keep the hands at your heart. I like to do a little blocking type of thing here. And then switch sides. Side to side. Stay low. Stay strong. And if it does help, hands can be to the thighs. And then step those feet together, reach up, and hands come down. And last thing we do to get our full body stretch complete, take one foot, step it back, knee comes up, just a high knee or high kick. Knee comes up or leg comes up. And switch sides, it's just a few. Start with the knee, and maybe a kick. Look up to where you want to go. Always a tip for life is look to where you're going. And bring it down. Okay. Onto a sun salutation or sun salutation section. So you come to the top of your yoga mat. That was a pretty quick morning movement section, but we'll come to the top of the yoga mat. We'll be holding our poses a little bit longer to find that heat and to find that edge so that you get to know yourself a little bit better. So feet stay hip distance apart, palms down, palms forward, shoulders back and down. Reach those hands up, inhale. Exhale, open the arms, hinging forward to your forward fold. And lengthening here, half lift, hands can go to the shins, find that flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step the feet back, plank pose. And this is one we're going to hold. Holding in plank, anytime that breath gets choppy, you take the knees down. But let's focus here on this pose in particular. Press into the hands so the back fills up a little bit rather than collapsing into the shoulders. Gaze just at the top of the mat. Feel the knees as if they were going to lift up. You're engaging the quads. Have you been here long enough? Maybe. Take a deep breath in. You might shift forward to the toes, or like me, take those knees down for this next pose. Hug the elbows in and lower into this tricep push-up. It's an early chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. We won't hold that one. Roll the shoulders back, hold it here. Up dog, straight arms. Another option is Cobra Pose, where you're lower to the ground. And then in that Cobra Pose, look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Then back to the center. Lift the belly up, hips back, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Find long straight lines from the fingers to the tailbone, the heels to the tailbone. In our first down dog, you might give it a little bit of movement, but definitely deeper breaths. And start to walk those feet forward to the top of the mat. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, inhale, reach out, lift up. And then taking those hands to your heart, just pausing, simple standing mountain pose. Take a breath here, letting go. We'll build a little more heat. Take the hands down, inhale, reach up. Little back bend there. Exhale, open the arms, swan dive. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Releasing at the very bottom. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Again, step back, or maybe you want to jump back. Depends on how your lower back feels when doing that. Take a strong inhale, deep breath. Maybe shifting on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Bend elbows. Heart forward, gaze forward. Upward dog, pressing to the hands. Shoulders back. Down dog, hips up and back, using your core strength to get there. And take 3 nice, solid, deep breaths, finding stillness in this pose. Last exhale. Walk the feet forward, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sit back into chair pose. Sit back with those hips back, bent knees, reach up. And we take the hands to your heart. Pausing there just to start to feel the legs. Abs are working, turned on. Tailbone trying to point down so you get a little bit more engagement of your core. You sit back a little deeper. Knees stay behind the toes. Feel that sensation. It's a good thing. The shakiness that we feel when we hold a pose, it's our body requesting strength. We're going to be stronger tomorrow or later today because of what we're doing right now. You take an inhale, reach up, forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Going through that same vinyasa flow, plant the hands down, walk the feet back, plank pose. Take an inhale, shift forward from the knees or toes, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good, and we'll take that right leg up and back behind you. Bend the knee, lift the left heel, knee draws to your nose. We'll do it 3 times. Shift forward, exhale, find core strength and heat. Inhale, single leg down dog. Knee to nose and back. And then this last one, we step forward. Knee to nose, step between the hands. Please take your time getting into these poses and adjust as you need to. So the knee is lifted, back heel comes to the floor, rise up, then open to warrior 2. we've got to hit a warrior two if we're working on tapas. It's one of my, used to be my least favorite pose. And then I stopped judging the poses and just did them, because that's all we can do. Bend the knee, back heel a little farther from your body, reach longer, look over those front fingers. Hold for about 5 breaths. Can you get a little deeper on this last inhale and exhale? Good. And finally, straighten the leg for a moment, releasing that. Exhale, open the arms, reach forward with that right hand. Comes down to the outside of the foot. Left arm does a nice circle down and around. Back heel lifts up. Step the front foot back. You can go straight to down dog or go through the vinyasa flow, shifting forward in plank pose. Lower down, up dog, and our downward facing dog. Okay, guess what? We've got the other side. So that left leg rises, bend the knee, shift forward as you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, single leg, down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. And now step between the hands. Back heel spins down. Rise up. And then open up. And I'm just going to switch here quick so your left foot is forward. Just want to face you. Left foot is forward, gazing beyond the left fingertips, soft shoulders, and we stay in the heat. Another great way to find activity in this pose, and what we should be doing, is squeezing the heels together, like you're trying to make your heels touch, but they won't. You feel it though in the legs, inner thighs, back, hamstring. Roll the shoulders, reach a little longer, take about 3 more deep breaths. Good. And from there, straighten the leg, reach up. Bend the knee again, reach forward with that left hand, take it to the outside of the foot. Right arm does a nice slow circle down and around. Back heel picks up, step back, plank pose, and we can go through one last vinyasa flow or straight to down dog to meet there. That should feel like a pretty good downward facing dog. Good. Take the knees down, sit back, and let's come into a seated pose. Before we get to meditation though, we'll do one last posture or pose that builds a little bit of heat, this time for the core. So don't quite sit back with crossed legs. We're going to take the knees together, feet in front, lean back. An all-time favorite right here, boat pose. Reach forward and lift the feet, possibly. We can also take it to the forearms. There's a lot of different ways to do this. Just want to feel your abs turn on, your core ignite. You can even lift a little higher with straight legs if you want to get tricky. But anyway, squeeze the knees together in a lovely little boat pose. How's it feel? You don't have to answer that. Feels pretty good to build that strength in the body. Yes, it's hard, but nothing that's worthwhile is ever easy. And when life changes and gives us, pandemics and things, it is preparing us, the universe is preparing us to find those blessings and those good things on the other side. Okay, come down. Finally, talking through that stuff. So, are you prepared for the greatness that's to come? That's the question. Are you ready? So, we're going to cross the legs, and just to get out of that little core ab boat pose, do a simple twist to one side. Ooh, yes. And do a simple twist to the other side. And back to center. And now we come to our meditation portion. We can quiet the mind, the body, and just sit. And that's what we're going to do today. So it's going to we're building that self-discipline to allow ourselves to just be, to sit without expectations, without a goal in mind, through any discomfort, as long as it's not pain. So we just sit. And how do you do that? Seems simple, right? Sit up tall. Take your hands anywhere where comfortable. Close your eyes or look down. Feel your shoulders grow softer. Your gaze heavier. Your face soft. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Notice the inhale and the exhale. And that's all you have to do. Notice the inhale and the exhale. When your mind starts to wander, bring it back to the inhale and the exhale. And if discomfort arises, we allow it to be there without judgment that it's good or bad. If you feel the urge or desire to move or fidget, that's okay. You can do so and then come back to your simple, seated, still position. Again, bring your awareness back to your breath. Notice the rise and the fall of your belly. Notice the sound that your breath creates. And for the next few minutes, just be here, sitting, regardless of the thoughts coming in and flowing out. We practice the discipline of stillness. For some of us, it's even more challenging than movement. All right, let's start to take a deeper breath in and a long exhale, softening those shoulders, starting to blink the eyes open to come back to your morning, to your day, to the world. Open up those arms, reach up. Simple way to end, taking those hands together at the top and then drawing them down to your heart, staying there. Take another deep breath. And then simply just let it go. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll move forward now with a little bit more self-discipline and self-awareness as we go throughout our day and days ahead. See you hopefully tomorrow again. Namaste.